MTD CNC, bringing you the latest engineering news, reviews, events and special offers via video media.
Hello and welcome to the first vodcast of 2015. Joe, Paul, thanks for joining me today.
Hi Colin.
Let's get straight into it. January, I understand, has been really busy, so...
Great start. We've had 2 days in the office in the whole of the year so far. The website has got some major changes. We've added 2 new sections to it, a metrology and an automation, dedicated to those particular disciplines. We've also got a software section up and coming too. Our YouTube channel is continuing to flourish, over 20,000 views of our videos in the last 28 days. Social media, all the rage, like is MTD.
Absolutely. Yeah, our editorial writing service, that is growing very, very fast. I think 27 in January, and to my knowledge, nobody else in our industry writes 27 editorials a month, so I would think that would probably make us the biggest. So kudos to Reese for that.
Excellent. So keeping Reese busy?
Yeah, it would mean that half the content on our website is actually written by us, and it's got our take on it, which is what we want MTD to be about anyway.
Sure.
So the news, obviously keeping Reese really busy, so if you want to tell me what's actually been going on?
News. First story I was going to highlight is that Brother, White House Machine Tools, supply the range of Brother machining centres, and they have recently launched a Speedio VMC S1000X1. It's a very compact machine, but it weighs 3.3 tonnes, so it's heavy as well as compact. And most machines of this nature are built for volume manufacture, but they've made this machine with a bigger table bed, so it's got a metre. It's got a metre in the x-axis, so they can actually introduce this machine into more companies that may be doing prototype work. So it's not just necessarily a volume part machine. So that's the S1000X1 Speedio from Brother.
Yeah, I'd like to highlight the Safe Cut from ACT in Leicester. It's basically a total loss system for lubrication. So if you've got a turret mill or a Collier type bed mill, you know, a large machine without guards, where flood coolant may be an issue, that's basically where this is targeted. You can use it on lathes and standard VMCs, but if you've got no guard in machines like this, that's where it really excels. So it's a total loss system, so it doesn't go on the floor, basically evaporates and it disappears. It's combined with an air blast, and you put it onto the cutting tool, so it actually increases tool life as well. So it's should be considered really.
Absolutely. You've been up to Scotland as well?
Yeah, RAM Engineering in Scotland. They've got a tie-up with DTS. DTS, obviously a client of ours who supplied the Collier machines. RAM now supply Collier and Holland machines in Scotland. We went up there and visited them. Video is available on the website as well, so that's a good story.
Yep, Leader CNC. We'd associate them with Kitamura and a few other brands. They've actually got a new agency for vertical turning lathes now. Evidently, they found a bit of a niche within their clients, and they've been asked to provide a VTL, and they've found some good machines. So go to the website or MTD and have a look.
Okay.
And then another sort of highlight of recent times, Kerf Developments. I went there a few weeks ago. They supply plasma and oxy-fuel cutting machines, and they've moved in Rochdale, and they've actually moved pretty much next door to one of our other customers, Victor CNC, but they've got a huge showroom, and they've got a lot of their machines on display cutting, and it's really impressive. And they've been making a big push, and they're going to be having an open house at Kerf in the next month or so as well.
Okay. Any more there, guys?
Yeah, WNT, great idea. They've got a loyalty program. So if you buy their product online through their website, you actually get points, not too dissimilar to your Tesco's and various other things, but it's a great idea. Typical WNT being the forefront of marketing and the things that they do. In a nutshell, the more you spend, the more points you get to be able to redeem on pretty much any tool within their catalogue. But if you're not comfortable with that, of course, you can still pick up the phone and speak to their world-class sales team. So you can either go online, get your points, or just use the phone and order as normal. But you order before, I think it's before 6 o'clock, and you can get it by 9 AM the next day, which is ridiculous. Really.
Yeah, great turnaround time.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's pretty novel, isn't it? But it's not surprising for them to be the ones that are innovators of that.
Exactly, and in truth, probably a lot of people will follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So market leading essentially then, which is great. Couple more then.
Yeah, we're just adding a software section to the website, and we're doing that because CAD/CAM is becoming a big part of what we do. And when you're on the website, you'll see we're pretty much inundated with stories from OpenMind, Delcam, VeriCut. Software is a big factor in machining these days. As more complex components are looking to be machined in faster cycle times with less operator intervention, software is the key. So we've got a whole new section dedicated to software coming soon, but there's lots of news stories about software.
Okay, so lots of news going on. Also, 2014 sounds like it was a really successful year. Anything that stands out?
Yeah, it was a great year, and on the website we've had lots of stories about it being a record year for machine tool suppliers. Mill CNC did 63 million, would you believe, in 2014, which is phenomenal. I remember when I was working for them, it was 28 million, and that was only 7 or 8 years ago. So, you know, a huge growth there. Also, the likes of Herco, ETG, Haas, various machine suppliers that have actually said 2014 was a phenomenal year.
Okay. You say about Mills, a turnover going up from 28 to 64. Since Paul left, we won't make any assumptions based on that. Anyway, moving on.
What I didn't say is when I started, it was only 10.
Yeah, battle chestnut. So, loads of news, keeping Reece really, really busy, which is fantastic. What about the case studies? I know the engineers like to have a read, see what's going on. It helps them make a decision about what they're going to buy. So, guys, tell me about them.
KJE, a ROMI client, new installation. They actually went to the market and looked over 6 weeks for a turning centre. They had various things they were looking at, and they ended up with a ROMI, which is great. And we're going to do a video on it as well. So it's looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
We visited a really interesting installation, a user story for Heimbach, which is a work holding supplier. They supply collet chucks and chucking systems for turning centres. We went to Luxfer Cylinders. They've got a machining cell which actually has 2 turning centres and huge Heimbach collet chucks. And in fact, Heimbach's maximum collet chuck goes up to 400 millimetres, which there is nobody else in the market, I believe, that can actually do that. So it's an interesting watch, that video, it really is.
Yeah, Lipco Precision. It's a Jones and Shipman installation for grinder. It's a good story, have a look. In fact, there's been 2 or 3 Jones and Shipman editorials this year alone, so go and take a look.
And interestingly, Alesco is a company that supplies polishing and finishing machines. It's fairly new to MTD within the last sort of 6 to 8 months. And they have just done a story at a company called LL Potter, which have been reshoring, which is a new buzzword in the industry. A lot of the work that they may have lost to China has now come back to the UK, and their installation of time savers machines, which are basically machines that will polish components and take burrs off of them. They have been instrumental in improving quality, consistency, and helping them with their reshoring process. And there's an estimate, the business has grown 25% in 18 months, LL Potter, and partly responsible is their investment in capital equipment, which is time saving.
So with that reshoring, just a quick question, is it about the quality, the time, the cost?
I think it's a collective, and over recent years it's become very apparent that you know, you can go overseas for component manufacture, but if you're looking for control and quality, you know, you may be better off in this country, or you would be better off in this country.
All right. Any other case studies then, gents?
Yeah, another good one. A company called HPC in the south of England. They've recently invested in the FastM system, where it's a turnkey package with Matsuura. Matsuura handled it start to finish, you know, with FastMs. But what I found interesting, when you talk about automation, a lot of people presume you need, you know, 100 parts, 1,000 parts, 10,000 parts to make it, you know, worthwhile. But actually what this editorial tells you is you don't, in fact. You can, in theory, you can have one-offs, you know, and this FastM system will go and get one particular pallet or one particular tool, and you machine that one at a time.
Right, so you don't need those economies of scale then to make it?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And on another note, DMG, Mori, there's 2 case studies there, one at Duckworth and Kent and one at AML. One highlight of those stories is that the new DMG 5-axis machine that they have launched, it's a DMU 50 machining centre, and it gave the company the biggest area for, or biggest working envelope within the smallest footprint of 5-axis machine. So let's say you are looking for a very small machine or a smaller machine, but you want to maximise the working envelope within it. The DMG Mori was the machine that they went for as a result of that.
I know doing the videos is key to what MTD does. So where have you been in the last few weeks?
We've done loads. I mean, we have. In the last 4 weeks, we've done loads. Autosport was one. There's a great interview with Jason Butler. One of Mazak's new machines, the Bartak machine, is, again, a very compact multi-axis turning centre, which has over 100mm in bar capacity. So for engineers looking for a small machine that can handle larger bars and do complex parts, that video highlights that, along with a conversation with Ken from Open Mind, who supplies software for applications that are complicated as well. That's one. Second from me, one of my highlights would have been we did an interview with 600 UK on the Alpha Control on their Harrison machines, and the Alpha Control has a few features within it that make it different from a normal Fanuc control and give users a lot more flexibility in their programming. So that was a good video. We interviewed a guy there, and it came across really well. It was very educational. MMB, there's a Courier installation, and we did a video there where we interviewed the managing director, and they've got a big Courier machine which is got a 4th axis unit on it, and it was a very impressive installation. And he told us why he went for Courier, and he was very truthful about the reasons why he thought the Courier machine was right for them. Joe?
Yeah, like you say, we've done, 30 videos in a 5-week period, but I've got a few here. We've actually done a new thing with DoGuard. We're calling it Stockcast. It's basically all the machines they've got in stock at the moment, used machines. And when that went live, we actually saw inquiries coming through the site, which is great because that tells us it works.
So is that the first time you've done a Stockcast?
Yeah, it was great. It was their idea. They said to us, actually, we've got a lot of stock here. Can you come down and promote it? So that we went there and we thought, actually, what a good way to promote what you've got in stock. We'll go through all the machines and highlight the features and benefits of all of them. So it was good.
Yep. Lee Academy with RK International. I didn't actually go to this, I must admit, but after watching the video, I felt like I was there. It was one of those videos. It was very informative. You know, you've got a young student there telling you about why he's come into the industry, which was refreshing. It was good.
You could have learnt something if you'd have come.
No, probably not. It was a college.
True. Yeah, true. Yeah.
There was RMK in Scotland. We went and interviewed Bob on behalf of Victor CNC. Just bought a V-Turn 40. Large machine. Obviously in that part of the world there's a lot of deep sea and oil and gas exploration work available. So it's quite a large machine. It's a robust machine, takes a heavy cut. He uses it for aluminium, stainless steel, Inconel, Hastelloy. So it's a good machine. You know, he spoke very highly of it, as he did on the service and support as well.
Good,
so
wasn't it?
Happy clients.
I would highlight as well the DMG Eco line. We went to an event in Coventry, and the Eco line is a range of machines that DMG Mori supply, which, when you see the video, interview with Stuart Cousins, it's a really competitively priced, high levels of premium technology for a great price. And I won't say anything, you've got to watch the video. It really is impressive.
Okay, again, that's what a video's there, just to give you an insight into those machines.
There is also a couple more. You got
Yeah, we went to A&M EDM on behalf of Sodic. And in fact, it's Sodic's biggest account in UK, maybe even in Europe, they're not sure. But it's got 25 Sodics, Mark has, and that company's been going, was it 12 years, I think? And if you go into this company, it's exceptional. Start to finish, an exceptional company.
And if you're a West Brom fan, it's right next door to West Brom, and he says that you can use his car park in the event you want to go and watch one of their games.
Free of charge, would you believe?
Free of charge, yeah.
So I'm assuming there's going to be lots
free of charge if you mention MTD.
Yeah, there'll be lots of takers for that then. Yeah. Unlikely.
Absolutely.
Sorry, any West Brom fans out there, but
absolutely.
And then
one more then, quickly.
Dali 5-axis machine, taken at Ward High Tech, a video. Dali is a machine that is very popular around the world. Hundreds of installations in the UK, vertical machining centres. They've got a new 5-axis machine, which, because there are so many users of Dali machining centres, I'm sure this 5-axis machine is going to really excel, and that's another good video to watch.
Okay, so again,
one more, sorry.
Yep. No,
one more.
Away.
Whilst in Scotland, we did a video for RAM Engineering. And if you wanted to pick your favourite agencies to go for, the ones he's got would be in your shortlist. He's got CMZ, Courier, and Whitehouse Machine Tools. You know, that's, you know, up in that part of the world, we're cutting challenging materials. You know, the good agencies to get. He's done well there, Ross, and yeah,
We're not going up there again in the winter, though, are we?
No, it's a summer job.
Was it a little bit cold?
Oh, it was
Well, and
incredible.
I fell over outside.
Oh, really? Yeah, was that before or after the pub?
It was in between.
In
two
between.
pubs.
You'd like our hotel. How many whiskies do you think in our hotel bar? Bearing in mind they say it's quiet.
So did you start with or did you leave?
They apparently run their whiskey stock down in the winter, and there's still over 500 there.
Bloody hell. Okay. Talking of cold though, didn't you go Finland?
I went to Finland. That was an interesting two-day exercise. There wasn't much light. There wasn't much warmth. And that's about as much as I've got to say about it.
How were the Gravelax?
The what?
Gravelax, come on, everybody knows what they are.
No, I never had any of.
Is that a football
I never
team?
had any of her.
Some sort of fish-based product, I think. So anyway, moving on. All right, that's great. So again, loads of videos there.
Yep.
What about events up and coming?
Up and coming, we've got the second DMG Mori Ecoline event in Derby on the 24th of February. So you should go to that. We've got Fanuca AMRC on the 25th, which we're going to as well, obviously. And the Romy Open House in March, which I'm particularly looking forward to.
Okay.
And we've also got Trumpf Open House in March, which we went to last year. We'll be going to this year. For all sheet metal fabricators, it's the place to be. You can see the latest technology there. Kerf, we've already mentioned. They're going to have an open house in March, April time for their new facility. Zolla, who's one of our clients on the tool setting side of things, they've got an open house in March. And then the Engineering Technology Group have got a big event in April. It's at the end of April. And there's going to be more to follow on that, but there's some very interesting developments and things that are happening there, which are going to be big.
Right, so lots of events going on. Now, last but not least, what special offers you got you can tell me about? Any highlights?
Great deals. We mentioned Engineering Technology Group.
Yep.
We've got 3 deals that have just come onto the website. VMC 600 hard-hinge machine, 20%, might even be over 20% off of that machine. A Quasar MV154 machining centre, which again, over 20% off with a Heidenhain control and all the high specification features like through spindle, coolant, etc. And they've also got a turning centre, so there's 3 machines, and that's a feeler turning centre, again, with over 20% off.
Yeah, I've got loads. There's loads on the site at the moment, so go and have a look. But just to mention a few, IVTS, a vending company, they've got introductory offers on their eVend Touch. We're actually doing a video next week on that. ITC on the whole video range, as well as their own OEM product. There's a lot of offers out of ITC. Incidentally, big news coming out of there next month, so hopefully we can bring that to you next month. CNC International, too many machines to mention, but they have got a lot of stock at the moment, used and new, so give them a try.
That's on EDM, isn't it? EDM drilling.
EDM, yeah.
And in fact, I've been to White House Machine Tools in the last couple of days, and they have a spinner TTC 300, which is a twin turret, twin spindle machine, which Tim is really pushing. I mean, he's got installations of this type. It's a great machine for production, and he's just said to us, this machine will be sold at a fantastic price. That's available. Haas have got a 20% discount on their horizontal machining centre. I think it's the 1600 that they're pushing. And I mentioned the Ward Hi-Tech 5-axis. They've actually got a deal on that 5-axis machine as well that we've done a video on.
Right. We'll go on one more. I'm going to stop you there, though. After the
Well,
one
I've
more.
got 3 more.
Go on, 3. I'll let you have 3. Go on in.
We've got, I did make it quick, we've got Tame Work Holding on their bar pullers, and again, introductory offers on Lang automation and work holding. LMT on shrink fit machines and spindle tooling, and one on a slightly different angle. Holford Engineering are a big client of ours now on the site, and they've actually got capacity on their larger machines. They can actually turn 1 metre in diameter, and they can mill with a full 4th axis control up to 4 metres in length. So there's not many machine shops in the UK that can offer that, and there's capacity available. So that's Holford Engineering.
Lovely. Guys, we're going to sort of bring it to the podcast to an end, so thank you very much for that. So again, news, events, editorials, case studies. It's been a really, really busy month, and it's going to keep growing throughout the year, no doubt. So thank you. One last piece from each of you, if you've got anything.
I think one thing I just remembered to mention, actually, with it being a really busy month, something I'm looking forward to is the event at WNT, the Hope Technology event.
Yeah.
You'll see more on a video of that coming soon, but that's another going to be a highlight for us.
Speaking of that, in the latest NWP, there's actually, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but there's a piece here on the Hope Technology, and it is I'm not a keen reader, as you'll probably know.
You struggle
But-
to read full stop, yeah.
No, it's a good read, and we're going to be featuring a very similar story, but on video, so that'll complement this nicely.
Excellent. Right. Paul,
It's
Joe,
going to be a fantastic month ahead of us, and yeah, there's going to be another really busy vodcast next time too.
excellent.
Yeah. And follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
So, Joe, Paul, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching. Hope it was informative and you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next month.
For more videos, products and news, go to mtdcnc.com or follow MTD Online on Twitter.